Welcome to the Life Hacks Show. Life Hacks gives you proof hacks and tips for the best version of yourself. And here's your crash test dummy for a better life, Marcus Meurer.
Okay guys, welcome to another episode of the Life Hacks Show. This time another interview with an international guest, and I'm so happy that finally we have him on this show because I like him very much. I think Philly likes him even more than me, but we both love him and love his place and love the location. So welcome on the show, Matias, and thanks for your time.
Hi, how are you? Thank you.
Yeah, we are doing quite well. We are still in Tarifa. It's quite windy here. The conditions for kiting are a little bit challenging, but in general, it's a very nice place, and it's way better than being in Berlin or in Germany at the moment, where it's very stormy at the moment, I heard. So where are you now at the moment?
So now I'm in Mallorca at bedndesk, and the summer just started like a week ago. I mean, it was good weather, but now we are just getting into the really warm weather and just enjoying the beach and all of that. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. We have been now, once to your place. I have also been twice to your place. And yeah, you run one of the nicest co-working spaces I've ever been. Because it's directly at the ocean. It's on a nice island. You can do lots of stuff on Mallorca. When did you start your project? It's not just about co-working, it's also about co-living. So maybe you can just expand a little bit on your concept and what the first idea was about, and when did you start?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the idea came like a year and a half ago. Mm-hmm. And from the idea to set up the place, it was 6 months, and now we are getting like the first anniversary of the bedndesk. So we are over there, and so I've been digital nomad or independent location worker for the last 8 years. So I've been traveling a lot and trying to work in different places, and it's been. It was quite challenging when you had to work and moving and trying to find an Airbnb and then the another co-working space and everything. So I always liked the idea of setting up a co-working space, but and then suddenly one option appeared because I had a building empty from my parents, and so I decided to start this adventure of just sharing my house and my office with other guests. So it started as a joke, actually. It was like, okay, it would be cool to have a space where people can come and go.
Yeah.
And it was just like setting up my own house and my own office. Because I am also a computer engineer, so I have other projects that I'm working on. And yeah, it became more real thing, and now it's getting bigger and bigger, the bedndesk, and getting more guests and more people to join the project. So it's been a really intense year, but quite happy that everything is happening and meeting people like you guys. I mean, I don't have any clients, I've been more friends, and my agenda is increasing, and the number of places I have to visit now is getting bigger and bigger,
Yeah, I know. It was so cool. I will always remember when we both met for the very first time last summer in Berlin, where you was participating at the DNX Global Conference and just bumped into the crowd and in the beta house, and we're just orientating and standing around, and I was just welcoming you and asking what you were doing, and you just told me that you opened this co-working space on Mallorca, and my favorite island. And I was so overexcited. I ran to Philly and said, Philly, you have to listen to me and listen to him. You know where you open a co-working space, which is really cool, and let's go there. Yeah, and then I think right after the conference or sometime later, we already checked into your place, and it was crazy cool. I love it.
Yeah, I also remember that. I mean, it was just like saying, "Hey, hi," you look like quite busy with the setting up everything, but you just stop everything. It's like, okay, when are we coming? And it was like, okay, that was so cool, and we had a really great time when you came here. Mm-hmm. It was like 2 months after I opened. I was quite lucky to have you as initial guest. Yeah.
yeah. It was a great time, and definitely not the last one. So what do you think, or what is for you the special thing about Mallorca? Why is it cool growing up on an island? You were born on Mallorca or grew up on Mallorca, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was born in Mallorca. I mean, I love the place. For me, the coolest thing of Mallorca is an island, but it has like such a good airport that it's quite easy to get in and get out. So for people like me that like to travel, it's a great place for being, you know. You don't feel so isolated, but if you want, you can feel isolated because you are on an island. Mm-hmm. So, and the place is just beautiful. You have everything like mountains, and if you like the sea and if you like the mountains, or even the city of Palma is quite, has a really good vibe, and it's getting better and better with more nice restaurants and nightlife and all of that. So, yeah, I think Mallorca is an interesting island, and everybody it's a dangerous island because if you see it, then you have to come back. You know, you get stuck. I mean, I've been traveling around the world, and I love everything, but I always say like, okay, but Mallorca is better.
yeah. Sometimes you have to go out of your bubble to
just to appreciate the thing. That's a pretty Mallorcan thing to say. You go to another beach, another place, and it's like, okay, I get your point, but
yeah, and what I really like about Mallorca is that it's so diverse. Like you were just mentioning, there's Palma, which is really beautiful with the cathedral and all these buildings and nice like alleys where you can just walk and stroll around. But you can also go to very remote places and very remote beaches where no one else is. So it's not. I think it's a perfect size. Not too big, not too small, and you can do lots of sport activities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one cool thing. Like there's no more than an hour drive, so it's everything close. But then you can go just to the mountain, and it takes you to a different place, or then to a beach or a rocky beach, or you know, I like all of this. I mean, and this last year I enjoyed it a lot because been visiting the island with the eyes of the new people that came to bedndesk and enjoying again, you know, seeing the same places but through the eyes of you know, with a fresh view. It's quite good. So I'm liking it more now. Even if I grow up here.
That is really cool. So sometimes you have to go out, as we were just talking about, and then you just start to love it again and say, okay, come on, it's really the best place where I come from. But yeah, when you're just stuck and it's normal for you, it gets reality. And then it's often the case when we are watching pictures from our trips all over the world, and then we are watching the pictures from Bali or video from Thailand. And we think, wow, Philly, we didn't enjoy it too much. You see all the colors, and where have we been? Wow, that looks so stunning. And when you're in this place, you say, okay, normal. Yeah, there's a Buddha. I can meditate, and there's a pool, and it's all green.
Exactly, like another Buddha. You know, like you just pass by, but yeah.
So I think this is why it's also important, or a good hack to just travel around the world and see different places to celebrate again where you're coming from and why you are so linked to certain places.
That's a quite cool concept, you know. But then I get back, and in 3-4 months I need to get away again. So it's always this feeling of loving and also wanted to see the whole world. So.
Yeah, it's always like this force and back. And what was your personal story about traveling? When did you start to go on a bigger trip to see the world?
So for me, I was quite lucky because I was a sailor. I like to sail because I mean we are in Mallorca, we have to sail. So when I was quite young, I started to go to championships, and so I traveled the world with that. And suddenly I realized
which means you were on a boat competing with others for sailing
yeah,
competitions.
exactly. We were traveling and just competing in, I don't know, going to Turkey or to Greece or to the States, or I was quite lucky, and so I traveled, I don't know, to Vladivostok to a race, or I could travel to different places, and it was just because they decided to do the race there. So I like this randomness of the trips. I wasn't decided I had to go there. It was just the championship, and I saw that every place has something special, or something interesting. And
what was interrupt?
Yeah.
What was your job on these boats during the championships?
So I was just like, at the beginning I was steering, and then after that I was trimming the sails, and so what we were doing just competitions. So we were just like small sailing, not like long distance sailing. Like we were to a harbor, and then we do a circuit there, and then we travel back. So we spend 1 week in one place, or something like that. And I started to stand a bit the championships every day, one day, another day, just to enjoy the place I was visiting. So then everything gets mixed. I mean, I love sailing and I like traveling, but I realized that traveling was one of my things. And then I had the opportunity to move to Australia for a year with a job opportunity. And then I came back. I decided I wanted to go back to Mallorca or Europe to be closer to my friends. And they offered me the opportunity to work for them, but remotely. I mean, it wasn't planned or expected. I mean, I didn't know that you could do that, but they just offered me that. And that's when I really started to just work and travel. And I was using any excuse to travel, like even sailing or working or, I just visit a friend or, so that's more or less my history with traveling. And I'm always open. I mean, if you tell me you want to go here, I mean, I don't mind the place. I know that every place has something special, and you learn so much of the different type of people. And so that's my problem. I cannot stop. No. I guess you know that feeling.
Yeah, I know it very well. And one thing, you've been traveling to the Silicon Valley in San Francisco, right, or near San Francisco?
Yeah, actually, that was the whole starting point of bedndesk. I just decided to go 2 months to Silicon Valley I was like a startup tourist, how to say it. I mean, I wasn't planning to work there or something, but I wanted to check what the startup scene was there. And so I found this place called Startup Basecamp, and it was my first touch with the coworking, coliving concept. It was a place just basically to get started in San Francisco. So then this was the light for the bedndesk project. I mean, I always wanted to. I mean, I saw that, but I would like to have that in every place in the world. And so then I decided to start my own thing in Mallorca. And actually, I did the renovation while I was traveling there. So cool. They had to do some renovations on the building. So I spent these 2 months, and it was all happening while I was traveling. So.
Wow. So lots of inspiration and influence.
Yeah, I mean, it was like so inspiring even before I got there. I mean, just let's take in the places and the options, and there were these hacker houses and, and all of these people doing cool stuff. And I mean, then when I got there, it was so inspiring to meet all of these people, and you see where the things are happening and all of these digital innovations there. So it was really, really inspiring. It's worth visiting. Yeah.
Okay. And did you also find out about the 3D printing in Silicon Valley, or where did this come from?
No, I've been always curious about technologies and gadgets. So I had the 3D printer like 3 years ago. It was quite new. But I mean, I just buy it for playing. Actually, was my first printing thing was I set up all of my Christmas presents to be 3D printed. So I just bought the machine and printed all for my family, friends, and everything. I printed something,
Wow.
Details, and so it was just like started as a joke. But I really like the technology, and we are using it here at bedndesk a lot for making the key holders and the signs on the wall, and we're just using it for. I mean, you had some printing, and we tried to print things for guests, and it's just a toy. I mean, I also use it for prototyping on my other projects. So I do some prototypes, so then I can send that to construction. I just do the 3D printing as the for checking the model, and then send that to a proper production. So it was quite fun. Yeah,
cool.
It's a funny toy. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. And what I love is what you just mentioned when you prototype some things. It's a totally different feeling having it in your hand, having the haptical feeling of this device or this new product, and just constructing it at the screen.
It's so amazing, the connection with, we are so digital, and I'm also a computer engineer. So all of my products, most of my products are like websites and things that you cannot touch. So use the 3D printer to just make your model real and then be able to touch it. It's quite cool, actually.
Yeah, totally. And we also printed like our DNX logo with the infinity sign and the 3 letters, and it's so cool. We can use it everywhere we are. It's not too heavy. It's just some plastic or something like this, and it's nice. It's really boosts every photo, and I'm totally impressed by the technology, how this works, and to see it live in process. I've never seen it before than in your place. So it was great fun.
Yeah, I remember it was quite complicated to print it. There was a lot of trying to get it right, and
then something with the printer was stuck or something.
Yeah, there was something stuck. I remember that. I was like, I want to get it there, but yeah.
Finally got it.
But we managed to do it. So
yeah, we managed it totally. So your bedndesk co-working space is also very close by to the harbor of Mallorca and to the nautic club. Did you grow up over there and hang out a lot because you were sailing?
Yeah, actually, it's my second house. I was spending more time there than actually at my house. I mean, more on the water, but then also it was where I grew up, and it was because it's a closed space. So even when I was 6 years old, my parents just dropped me there, and I was able to experience the freedom of being around and then sailing. And so it's part of my grow up history, all of that. Yeah.
So
and now I just moved there, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I'm living at the bedndesk, but when it gets full, I was going or traveling or visiting friends or something. And now I just bought a boat, and so I can live from there. So I'm a couple of blocks from bedndesk, and so now that I get back to the harbor where I grew up, I'm just actually living there. That's
cool. It's like something connecting the dots.
Exactly.
And what do you plan with your boat? Is it just for having a rescue when your place is fully booked and to live, and then you're sleeping on the boat in the harbor, right?
Yeah, I mean, I did that in March because there was no good weather, but my plan is just like use it to go around the islands, at least for this summer, just to. Yeah, there's no point of having a boat on a harbor. It's for sailing. Yeah. So I will probably leave the harbor and just sail and sleep in this small base that's more or less the plan for the summer. Cool. When it gets full, I will travel with the boat. Yeah.
So you will travel also only in the Mediterranean Sea around the islands?
For this year, for sure, because I mean it's one of the best places to be around the islands. You have always it's not that far distances, and then maybe next year start to go a bit farther and enjoy the whole Mediterranean. But for this summer will be only Mallorca, Menorca, Ibiza, and Formentera that are really cool islands, and each one has something special. And by sea, it's always different.
Totally. Where did you get all your knowledge about how to handle a sailing boat and how to navigate and all this nautic stuff? I think you're very experienced in doing this.
I mean, because I have an older sister that is 7 years older than me, and that started sailing when she was 9. So I just grew up inside a boat. I was like 2 years old, and for me, it's normal. I feel better on the boat at sea than at land sometimes. Yeah. So I just grew up sailing and getting some experience. I think is the thing I've been doing the most. Actually, I started sailing by myself when I was 6 years old. So
you went 34. Alone. You went alone.
Yeah, there was these small boats that you sail for kids under 15. Mm-hmm. So you sail by your own. It's like 2.5 meters boat. It's not a huge boat. It's like a small, a really small boat, but quite fun. And then, it's just sailing is just a matter of experience. As much time you spend on the water, then you learn. And also like the oceanography and all the studies around it. So that was, it's a quite cool environment, quite new for other people.
And how big is your boat now? And do you take other people with you around, or do you love just being on your own on the sea?
So the boat is 10 meters long, and I have 2 cabins. And I like both. I mean, I like having people around. That's a cool thing. But then be able to sail by my own give me a lot of freedom also. So what I'm doing is just going somewhere and then picking up with a small dinghy the people from the beach, and then spend a few days there. So I'm able to sail by myself, but also have people around now. It's cool to have both options, you know. That's why I just took a small size, because then if you go bigger, then definitely you need more people for sailing. So it's the perfect size for having people around and also for being by myself. So.
And I think 10 meters is still huge for me.
I mean, it's supposed to be my house, so I need to get it a bit bigger. So.
And did you do any renovation, or did you reconstruct the boat? And how is the process about having the first idea of buying a boat, and then how did you get in touch, and how did you commit then on buying the boat?
For me, it was like I had the idea 2 or 3 years ago of buying a boat, because I was living in the city in Palma, and I wanted to enjoy more summer like close to sea. So it was like, okay, I can have an apartment in the jazz club in Arenal, you know, and move there for the summer. But then I was just like procrastinating the thing and not doing anything. And then this year I was like, I decided in 1 week actually. Wow. I will check. And then I saw this boat. I already knew how it sailed, and it was in Mallorca, and the price was perfect for my budget. So, you know, when it's the right time, then it's quite quick to make the decisions.
Yeah, I think this is a good learning, because you already thought about this 3 years ago, so it was not completely new for you. And so whenever the situation then appears and it's the perfect conditions and the perfect offer, like you're way
and the
quicker.
thing just appear. So I'm quite lucky with that always.
Yeah. And you recommended us a very interesting movie about the law of attraction. So you really opened a new world for me. And then I dig deeper and deeper. And now I'm a strong believer in the system. So could you please talk a little bit about this movie and about what changed it in your mindset, or what you experienced with this law of attraction?
Yeah, so you can check it on YouTube. It's called The Law of Attraction. There is some parts I don't like. It's more money parts, but the other part is like, basically is that you can attract, you attract, your mood make the other people interact with you differently. So for example, just do the test. If you smile people on the street, then the people smile you back, you know?
Yeah.
So then if you are angry, then the other people will be angry with you, and it's just a matter of trying to think that what you want. Basically, if you believe that if you can imagine something, just try to make it happen by attracting it to you and being in the right mood to that. I mean, as I said, I was searching for both, and when it's the right time, then you just get it. You know.
Yeah.
And I apply that for a lot of things, and it works quite well. It's like a really good, how to say it, is a lifestyle or a way of seeing things. You know.
Yeah.
Like everything has the positive. I mean, I'm quite a positive person, so I try to always search the nice part of everything, and there's always something nice happening. And when something wrong, it's because of reason, and something better will come. So, I mean, if you check the video, it's quite inspiring and make you think about. Just wake up in the morning and try to think that everything will be all right. and then it happens.
Yeah, I can totally underline that you're a very positive person and very happy and always smiling. And this is what really catched both of us, Philly and me, when meeting you and then being on Mallorca with you, spending time. We said, wow, it's such a great, like, you could really feel like something was around you, something swinging with this positive vibe.
That's the attraction, though, you know.
Yeah, and this is, I think, how it works. And it's also about this law of attraction behaving like you already achieved something, or like you already possess a boat, because then you have the mindset of, I'm a boat owner. It's very easy for me. Okay, there's an offer. Check 2-3 things and then just do it, because you have the self-esteem in doing it, because you were thinking about it before already.
Yeah. I mean, it's just imagine what you want. That's the most complicated thing to say. Decide what you want, and then just think that could happen. And most of the time works. I mean, it's a lot of work to do that, but then it's the thing doesn't happen. I mean, I still have to pay for the boat. But
But what some people don't get. What some people don't get is, okay, it's not enough just thinking about I want to possess an island. And
I don't want to get that message to the people, just like be sitting at their homes thinking about the things happening. I mean, then you have to move. But definitely, if you move on the right direction, then you attract all of the things, that you want.
Yeah, it's more about being in the right mindset, and then putting your mind on autopilot. So it's in your
exactly. Then just a start, and then it goes this way. And that's one of the things I love the most for this bedndesk experience is more. I mean, everyone that came has this mindset and all of these cool projects, and it's been so inspiring. All of the different ways of living and working, and so it's been quite cool to have all of these people around. And as I don't remember now the name, but there is all this other guy that say that you are the average of the 5 people that you most interact. And so for me, it's been interacting with a lot of more than 5 people per day. So it's been quite cool to get a bit of each one that has been here. Definitely, you fairly make a lot of impact on me. I mean, it's quite cool that we haven't seen each other for a year. I mean, we saw you, but not fairly. But I feel that we're still connected. So it's quite amazing.
Yeah, it's totally amazing. And I'm also a strong believer in this saying, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. I think it's from Jim Rohn. And it's
exactly, sorry, I forgot the name.
Yeah, no worries. And it totally works. So when you're together with inspiring people, you get inspired. When you're together with people who already know something more than you can learn from these people. So it totally makes sense to surround yourself with people who are already on the level you want to be in certain points, aspects of life, or at least on the same level, and not people that pull you down or demotivate you or just tell you why something is not working. And what I also see, what you were just mentioning.
Yeah, that's definitely.
And what I also see, you were just mentioning that it also gives you a lot back, like running your own co-working spaces and then being able to be surrounded by all these smart entrepreneurs who like really think a little bit more outside of the box, traveling the world, checking into co-working spaces, into a co-living project. I think this is also something that drives someone to run a business when you get so much good feedback or so much also benefits for yourself, like you're getting in running this co-working and co-living space now, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, for me, I have my other company that is for making money, and the bedndesk is more to get inspired and getting more back than with any money that I can get. It's amazing how the many ideas, tools, and ways of living it's been amazing just to. I mean, I cannot put price to that. I mean, no. To be able to do the co-living thing, then the dinners, the lunch, and then share with the other people and with people that like to do that. And then you talk about your problem, even if there's no connection on the work that you're doing, then it helps them with a new view of the same problem, or So it's been a really inspiring year, and I hope that I will have more inspiration this year with the new people to come.
Yeah, I'm absolutely sure. We will put your co-working space into the show notes. I can just celebrate it again and again. We will be back again, Philly and me. So thanks a lot, Matias, for your time. Thanks a lot for your interview. And yeah, see you very soon on your boat or in your co-working space.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. And definitely see you somewhere in the world. I will come and visit you, or we will definitely find each other somewhere.
Yeah, we're connected. Thanks again. Thanks again.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, amigo. Yes, yo. This was another episode of the Life Hacks Show. If you love what you're listening to and can use some of the tools and hacks we are sharing on the Life Hacks Show, I would be more than happy if you can give me a review or rating on iTunes. Follow me on facebook.com/Meurer Marcus and just ping me and give me some feedback that would mean the world to me. So long, have fun, peace and out.